Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World Dominion video. In today's video we're going over the Therizinosaurus and discussing what exactly happened to this dinosaur after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. We did something very similar to this with the Atrociraptors only a few months ago. Unfortunately, the video didn't really do all that well, but if this video somehow manages to gain the audience it's expecting, please do consider heading on over to the Atrociraptor video, as that has a lot of cool and really interesting details to learn about. But for today, our focus remains on the Therizinosaurus, the largest bipedal herbivore that we have ever seen in this franchise. So if you're excited to learn more about what most likely happened to this guy after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, then feel free to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, grab some snacks and relax, as it's time to learn about what exactly happened to the Therizinosaurus after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. The Therizinosaurus' story during Jurassic World Dominion was rather short, but it is very safe to say that this dinosaur made a real impact to the movie despite it only having such a short amount of screen time. I mean, it created one of the most tense scenes in the movie as well as the franchise, and was even part of an epic three-way final battle of Jurassic World Dominion as well, but its story is still slightly unknown. For what we know so far, this dinosaur was bred from Biosyn and was placed into the Biosyn Valley within the Dolomite Mountains of Italy. Furthermore, we still don't entirely know its purpose of being there, or even the point of it being bred. Perhaps it was Biosyn testing their limits to see what they can make, or maybe even it was a stolen genome from InGen Masrani, as we know that they did in fact have Therizinosaurus DNA at their disposal. It was even used in the creation of the Indominus Rex as well. But the last time we saw the Therizinosaurus was during that gorgeous, thunderous shot right after killing the Giganotosaurus alongside Rexy. There was no scene of this dinosaur in the ending montage of Dominion, which was actually quite upsetting, as it's a dinosaur I would have loved to have seen one last time in a more bright and vibrant setting. So what exactly happened to this dinosaur post-Dominion? Well, as we established from one of my previous videos about the Buckham-Doe Tyrannosaurs that appear at the end of the movie, it seems highly logical and probable that someone took over at Biosyn that wanted to keep these dinosaurs alive and kicking. This was also mentioned at the end of the movie too, saying that the UN are involved and are keeping it as a safe house and sanctuary for the dinosaurs. So when we apply this information to the assumption that the Therizinosaurus is still alive, we can make a very firm guess that this dinosaur is still alive and hitting deers in the Biosyn sanctuary. So to get to the point, nothing really happened to the Therizinosaurus after Jurassic World Dominion. But that's not a lot of fun to make a guess like that, so let's go a little rogue here and make up another possible story of this dinosaur. So, the Therizinosaurus. It obviously went ahead and fought the Tyrannosaurus Rex of Rexy as well as the Giganotosaurus of Zeb. During the final battle we can see that the Therizinosaurus was not actively trying to help Rexy kill the Giganotosaurus. We've also established that in a very recent video of mine as well. But instead, it was merely holding up its claws in a defensive manner. However, I am sure that Rexy would have realised the potential threat in the Therizinosaurus and would have chosen not to have messed with this dinosaur. Possibly meaning that whenever they encounter one another within the Biosyn forest, Rexy would actively walk away or walk around the Therizinosaurus' territory, kind of like a truce after knowing that she would not stand a chance against this creature. So you can picture that in your head, that they kept their territories to themselves and didn't really want to invade one another's. Which is actually a pretty cool realization and idea to make. However, the Therizinosaurus was born with a very notable defect: blindness. As we can tell with the Therizinosaurus, this dinosaur was completely blind and actually relied on echolocation to get around, as well as a very acute sense of hearing and smell. Which explains why it didn't see Claire crawling around on the floor, and also explains why this dinosaur was very defensive during the final battle of Jurassic World Dominion, and only attacked on the counter. But with it having a known defect, I am not so certain that this dinosaur would be living out all of its potential days on this planet. Sure, it seems formidable enough to the point where the dinosaur seems to trust his senses very well. However, there's still a high likelihood that this dinosaur might not naturally live long, or potentially even get himself killed without even realizing it. After all, we can see that other apex predators were being added to the valley after the final battle, so who knows what other carnivores it might come up against in the future. More T-Rexes, possibly another Giganotosaurus, or maybe even a Spinosaurus. If a Spinosaurus did face it, then it would probably be the end for the Therizinosaurus in my opinion. Either way, while this dinosaur did come across as territorial and very dangerous of a creature, it actually would live a very docile life, living off the plants and vegetation of the biocid forest. But it would be a tough rest of his life as the years roll on. New dinosaurs are expected to be added in, he'll have to live even more while being blind and navigating his way around the valley, and overall, he'll just have to defend his territory even more. But we all love the Therizinosaurus, and it's one of the very few dinosaurs that has been far from a disappointment at every moment that it was on screen. It had a great tent scene in the valley and an awesome final battle scene at the facility. Hopefully we eventually get to see more about this guy later down the line, as I am certain that his story isn't over yet, and that millions of people would love to see this dinosaur appear once again in the franchise once more. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm so sorry it's a short one. We've been trying to backlog a few video ideas here lately, as it's becoming slightly more difficult to produce Jurassic related content when there's next to no support coming from Universal to this franchise. Hopefully we'll learn more about something very soon that will eventually open up a new can of content again. But for now, feel free to show your support when you can by subscribing to the channel, coming back to watch every video, and liking the videos if you do enjoy them. Comment what you thought of the Therizinosaurus in Jurassic World Dominion below, but most importantly, make sure you're all staying safe out there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you, did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.